All right, the sales ended up for the month at $2,563,961. So I think there'll be some adjustments. There'll be some adjustments, but it'll be right around there for tooling and so forth. So we made budget so far, so that was great. So good job yesterday. Some of the issues we have are obviously SYS 37 hot, Jose. SYS 158. Did we find out what was wrong with that? SYS 158, the size issue. Are you back? Okay, now. Okay. AR11. We need to find out how many they have to have for AR11. They can't use all the order in a matter of a day. So if we ship out a parcel today, why do we need to drive them over tomorrow? Can you find out? That's it? How many do you use? Well, that's okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about that. They can't use 1,000 a day, so there's no point to that. All right. And then 63, we're going to get started on 63 here in a second. So, sample for, so 57, we need to go to RPS 3. We're going to do the PQ 1, 2, and 3. So Vlad will have to measure each one of those that we'll get together, and we got to measure the criticals on that for the dimensional for PQ 1, 2, and 3 on that. Do you know where we're at in SYS 109? I'm sorry? Okay, hasn't been looked at? Alright. Alright. That's all I got.
Okay, for the big side, obviously, Jimmy, when we get 26 back, we need to get that in and running. They're going to get the lifter for fill 37, so we need to pull that out, get it on the bench right away, and put in SYS 162 in that press. Then when the material runs out on 19WS 9, that's where we'll put fill 37 back into. I believe Sydney's almost done fixing that spring on press 5 for that fill 1. So as soon as that gets done, we need to get it back in. Ken, can you look at 5 and 10 for the finish on the parts? And then Jimmy also, INS 13 needs to get it to 77. So, and then did you guys get the slave unit on press 2 to see if the cores would pull? Alright. Those are the hot things that I've got. Pictures, Letitia.
Right. We got a lot going on, so make sure, if we didn't get it all down, see me, okay? So we make sure we get it all down.
Okay, and the breast number, behind the breast number 11 are running the floor. There are bags with runners and bars, and between the breast number 13 and 14, there are maybe to be fried.
Yeah, I would say we haven't been running that job in like 4 days.
We just need to throw them away. Okay.
And the top, okay, and the table by
the cleaning room?
Okay.
Behind the breast number 32, oil in the floor. And the breast number 63, oil in the floor.
Alright. Very good. Good job.
Good job.
Alright. Alright, check the Kaizen events. There's a couple new ones up there. So we want to make sure people get signed up for it.
We got the setup one. I need one foreman from first shift and one person that's not in production for that. And then I need the second shift foreman and one other person from second shift.
Alright. So we got those that we need to get taken care of right away, okay? Improvements that we had going on. Alright, so I think a lot of us, Anna brought it up yesterday, so I want to make sure that we give everyone their due. if the clean room, as you can see, what it was before and how dirty the walls were and everything, so, and everything laying around. So this last weekend, Angel, Mark, Patrick, Gene, and what's that, Sydney? What? Yeah, Sydney Miguel. They all took the time to clean it all up and get it all painted. So obviously now we have a clean slate to start getting stuff taken care of. So I appreciate it. That was a very good job. So that's good. All right. Also, we took pictures a long time ago about, as you can see on the top, on where we were keeping, where Maria was keeping all her cutters and her tags and everything, and then just the other day I went up there and I noticed that she had put everything together, and now it's a foam board right in there, right next to where she works, so she has all this stuff right there for her notes and everything, and it's actually up on a little angle, which is a pretty cool idea. She pulled it back up and put it on an angle, so Maria did that real nice job. Thank you. Alright. Okay. Alright. All right, we've got next question. Again, from just to give you a little background, this gentleman from the UK that talked to Paul about this, they flew into Indianapolis last October to talk about the MAP membership. It's injection molding group, and he flew in on his own, paid for himself, obviously from Europe, just to talk to everybody about lean. And it's that important to him that these people are doing this on this, just to help out and pass along the information that they've gone through. Another question from Ashley. Motivation. When it's all getting you down and it's one of those days, how do you motivate yourself? Bear in mind this is early days for lean for our company, so it isn't self-powered yet. My employees look at me for their motivation, so seeing me down has a negative effect. Any tips? Ashley, as always, you ask us excellent questions. I'll be honest with you. I've had those moments. I've had a very rich life, and I don't mean just financially. I have a lot of joy and success in my life. I've had a lot of good relationships with people around the world, and I credit all of that to the fact that I've chosen to follow historical principles of greatness. In other words, the choices that I have made in my life have been determined by principles that have produced great results throughout history. These are principles that, when implemented by any human being throughout the course of time, have produced astounding results. Not good results, astounding results. The best example for me is the principle followed by our founding fathers. All men are created equal. The result is a country that has done more good for more people than any organized form of government in the history of man. Not perfect, far from it, but the single idea has become the touchstone for people from every nation. Millions are free today because of the principles that produce great results. My favorite principles: make people the center focus of your life. This is perhaps my favorite. Pursue the right thing over profit. The profit will follow. Teach and train. Anytime you train an individual intensely, you dramatically enhance their ability to perform a job consistently, significantly more so than the people who are only moderately or occasionally trained. The best example of teaching and training is the Navy SEALs. When you take people that have been trained as much as at such a high level and put themselves into stressful situations, they perform consistently 99% of the time. I ask myself, if I take these principles and make them my centerpiece of the way I conduct myself, it is inevitable that I'm going to get the great result. So on those days when I question, wow, do I really want to do this anymore? This is a lot of work. Do people appreciate it? This is hard. I always reflect back on the fact that I have done the hard thing. I put my head down and just plowed forward by implementing those principles. That is why my life is full and rich. These ideas produce great results. All right? So I am never going to deviate from following these principles. Historically, they have produced sustainability, evenness, joy, satisfaction, and yes, profit. A focus on others brings me enjoyment and happiness. If I weren't focused on helping people, I wouldn't have the rich relationships that I have with people around the world. That keeps me motivated. What motivates me is a historical body of work that screams that these principles and ideas work. Don't give up. All right, so we all have those days. We have good days and bad days, but we got to remember what's the best part about it, okay? So we only have 24 hours. Remember we talked about the other day, so why waste it? Because we're never going to get it back. So, all right, so we're going to watch more of this video from yesterday.